Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. I ain't gonna hold you today. I ain't gonna hold you, boys. Hey, but check it out. Just want to fellowship with you and run across some news and notes real quick, just to make sure nothing gets past us. We're ready. We're damn near on the on deck circle as it pertains to draft time. And I just want to make sure that we got we put the icing on the cake, dot our I's and cross our T's. Maybe know some things that might be going up under the radar for this fantasy season. If this is your first time, if you're getting the substance out of this video, feel free to press like, jump in the comments. And here's another thing, guys. Feel free to always jump in the comments of the most recent video, one of the most recent videos. And if you have a question, fantasy related question, just answer it. My alert's on, I'm gonna catch it, and I'll be able to answer it as soon as possible for you, all right? So, and actually, I'm actually working on something that can help you guys get in touch with me sooner than an actual YouTube alert. But we'll talk about that shortly. Let's just jump right into it. Again, like, comment, subscribe if you're getting the substance out of this video. I appreciate you. In Bills camp, in the Bills team framework, I think it's very important to note that Isaiah McKenzie is clearly operating as the wide receiver 3. He come over from the Jets, and at the end of the day, Isaiah McKenzie is the wide receiver 3, not Jamison Crowder. That bodes well because Isaiah McKenzie is young. He's full of burst. That dude, he makes plays. He's not on a decline. And again, I don't see any reason outside of Jalen Hurts having some stupid year to where Josh Allen isn't the number 1 quarterback overall at the end of the season. Now, I'm not saying that to be biased. I felt that way about him a couple years ago, when he was number 1, and I actually got him on record saying that he was the number 1 for last year. Went over everybody else had Mahomes, but we already know that. Let's continue. Let's talk about Dameon Pierce for a hot little second, man. That dude's making some noise. Second straight, well, he didn't play in that one game. It seems to locked up the running back 1 job. Runs like he means it. He rushes that rock like he means it. So his stock is flying up the board. If you feel froggy and you want to scoop him up as a running back 3, go ahead. Or if I didn't even have this formulate come off my list, but if you're going more wide receiver heavy in the earlier rounds, then you can feel free to scoop him as a RB2. I mean, that's not the format I would, endorse, because it is still Houston at the end of the day. But I believe Levy's going to make sure he runs that rock over there, and he, as long as he's part of the pass game, and he can be this year's Rookie of the Year the way it's going. Even though quarterbacks usually have an edge, but I don't see a situation, that's an MVP voting though for the most part. But he can make some noise this year. He can make a lot of noise. So I'm rooting for him. Because usually running backs out of Florida don't get that much juice. And tout. But keep an eye on him. Feel free to scoop him up. If you want him, scoop him up. And don't be afraid to pick him around early, because nothing worse than trying to pick a guy and be like, I'm going to wait until round X. And then he gets sniped 3 or 4 picks before you, And then you get on tilt. Oh my gosh, because you got to wait. You did 90 seconds or 120 seconds, 2 minutes until you got to pick again. So get the guys you want, man. Don't worry about ADP. I need to make sure I keep hammering that into you guys' head. Don't worry about it. You see, I ain't worried about it. The quality of the players I'm putting on my team is just going to be that's who the hell I want. So along with the Texans, keep an eye for like a deep tight end sleeper. Brevin Jordan. Someone's got to be the tight end over there. I like Mills. Can't always just throw it to the tight end. I'll see how the first game goes, because I'm picking tight end late. You end up picking the tight end late, and that tight end's like real good. He's like in between tight end 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? He's real. Man, that makes your team a lot better, especially when you anchored it with such a core, of elite players from quarterback down, running back through wide receiver. Brevin Jordan, keep an eye on him. In Kansas City, got Isaiah Pacheco, right? Now, I know this is my first time really mentioning him. I really don't trust the Kansas City system. They got so many running backs over there. They already committed to CEH. He's the starter. Still got J.D. McKinnon over there. I almost called him McKissick. Jerry McKinnon over there, and Ronald Jones there, but he's only there because of the injury to Gore. So that probably saved his roster spot. I just got to see how this works out with Kansas City. Speaking of Kansas City, a little important note for people as it pertains to Mr. so-called tight end one. Let me make sure I got my notes right. I already told you guys who I believe the tight end one is for the league, and that's Mark Andrews. But let me tell you something about Kelsey. Actually, looking at what's happened in last preseason game, not the one last night, but Kelsey is actually being used more of a blocker. Now, it could have been just because of the game, and maybe they didn't want to go out in routes or something like that. But a tight end caught 2 other touchdown passes from Patrick Mahomes. And he didn't really go out on that many routes. So it's very possible that about to be 33-year-old Kelsey is going to be doing more blocking than anticipated. And that's going to hurt a lot of people's tight end stock, draft capital, picking him in the late first and second round. And again, maybe he don't get left holding the bag. You know good and well I'm not endorsing him. I've even raised off picking Andrews early one time when I wanted to get, kind of wanted to get antsy, decided against it, so I won't be doing that. So just be aware of that. On like Kelsey ran like 7 routes, 37% of Patrick Mahomes' dropbacks, he ran a route. That's not good. So maybe they were just trying to hide him. Maybe they just wanted to get other guys incorporated. We'll see. But it wouldn't be surprising to me. I do have something going on in my bold prediction that I want to mention about Kelsey. But that'll be in a couple days. Listen, this weekend's going to be like the most content I ever drop because it's like it's almost going to be like we're cramming for a test. Where it's not going to be a test, but it's just going to be like, you're going to be like, blip, 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 alert. So go ahead and, put earbuds in your ear or whatever, post it up, put it on TV, do what you got to do. Hey, man, and consume the content. We're getting close. In Pittsburgh Steelers town, Jalen Warren is the backup. He's the backup. It's no longer that slow plodding Benny Snell, so you don't have to worry about Benny cuffing Najee Harris. But you're probably not gonna cuff Jalen Warren anyway, even though you probably should if you got Najee. But I probably wouldn't, because I would have other running back 3s and 4s that I would play over said rookie Warren. That don't mean it can't be legit, but I'm just saying. Nobody's going to be drafting Warren, though. Also, I think this is big news. Big news. See, some people look at this as bad news, but I look at it as good news. Now, I ain't going to lie. I'm going to start off rip. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the thing about me. Flawless is transparent as hell. So I'll let you know if I have a little bit of bias or unbiased in in what I'm saying. And this is coming with a little bit of bias, all right? See, that's what I'm saying. Other content creators out there with the gazillion followers or maybe not that many followers, they're not going to be unbiased and tell you that. I'm going to tell you. But I'm also saying it with strong speculation that it's the truth. We all understand how important the slot position is, and how you can easily get peppered and how things can work out. Well, in Pittsburgh, they're going to have 3 wide receiver sets. They're going to have Deontay Johnson, Pickens, and Claypool. Well, in 2 wide receiver sets, it's Deontay Johnson and Pickens. Claypool comes off the field in 3 wide receiver sets. Now, some people are like, oh, he's not going to have that many snaps. But maybe they play 3 wide receiver sets more, and when he's in the game, he's going to get a high target share. Because that's basically mean you're putting your biggest athlete. And I know Pickens is Pickens, but he's not third year NFL ready, and has a lot to prove like Claypool. He's going through a lot of stuff, went on podcasts and stuff like that, had to go through Ben favoring Deontay Johnson last year because at the end of the day, Claypool and Pickens are the answer. I don't care if they just signed Deontay to a 2-year deal. He won't be there after the second year for sure. But I still like Claypool in the slot. Now nobody wanted Claypool. Claypool probably getting it picked 19th round, which is cool. But maybe I'll snatch him there if it comes to it, and I need him as a wide receiver 4, maybe five. I don't want him as a 4. But that's if I'm going wide receiver that heavy, in which I might. But I just want to let you know that about Claypool because he was one of my guy for last year. He was the only one I missed on because I had 3 of my guys. I had Jonathan Taylor, Brady, and him. But I've upped those my guys to 5, and they're all going to be 5 for 5. All right. So, yeah, just to let you know, so Claypool's going to be operating in the slot. So everybody else get juice in the slot, and everybody's decided why can't you be excited about Claypool. Just putting that out there. Man, this is a resounding endorsement for Cole Kmet. He played 7 of Fields' 9 snaps, and he ran 5 routes and was targeted on 3. Man, listen, Cole Kmet's going to be getting so many targets. The offense over there is trash. The passing game is trash. They say Mooney is impressing, but Mooney's one of these people where he's going to be doing the short stuff. They'll do some, and we kind of watch. I don't want to wish anything around. I want to make it seem, but he's a smaller guy, And I just think that the tight end over there, Cole Kmet's going to have so much operating space, and Mooney stretches the field, does his due. He'll get his as long as he's on the field. But Kmet should see a banner year right off top after last year, and Jimmy Graham's gone. So Cole Kmet's been my tight end of choice to pick in the double-digit rounds. I've been seeing him going 11, 12 strong. So sometimes later than that, but sometimes you don't want to push it. All right, but that like 13th or something. But he might be out there, You got to know your league. Green Bay Packers said they're going to keep an eye on Romeo Doubs. It's a chance that later on in the season he could be the wide receiver 2, and he just started emerging. I don't think it'll be Christian Watson. He missed so much time. And plus Doubs, he was performing. So Burrows, he was back to practice middle of the week from his emergency appendectomy, and he's trying to see if something special is going to happen. So it made me kind of worrisome about the passing game. He's currently like QB6 on expert consensus rankings, but he'll be fine. But they still, they got a nice run game over there. The only thing I don't like about Burrow is the fact that you got a running back over there he stayed healthy last year, Mixon, but he's going to run in like 14, 15 touchdowns. I kind of don't want my quarterback to be having a guy that's going to be doing that. I want those opportunities to be going to my guy. Again, going back to Josh Allen, he won't play in this. He wasn't going to play, not going to play in Friday's preseason game today. And Miles Sanders is still not practicing, man. I'm trying to tell you, you wait. There's some good things going to happen over there for that run game, and it won't be Miles Sanders. All right, Darren Waller, man. Darren Waller, he's screwing up a bet of mine. I made a bet with one of my Facebook subscribers, Fire Truck. Haven't heard from him in a minute. But I bet that I bet him that Adams would have had double-digit TDs, so we made a little friendly little wager. And it wasn't because I hate no Adams. I just believe it's going to be a different situation. But that kind of sucks when Waller's not in the equation now. Some people say, sucks for me actually. Some people say that it's actually it's contract related though. So I've heard rumors of that. So we'll see. They're saying he's uncertain for week 1. So you never know. People got their games and their tactics. Chargers coach. Coach Schultz expects an expanded role for Josh Palmer. No crap. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing that. I try to tell you guys that Keenan Allen role is going to be declining while the guys like Joshua Palmer and the young guys alongside Mike Williams is going to be going up. So that's no surprise to me. He balled out when he got in there last year. He's damn near going undrafted. He's somebody I definitely, on a high passing offense like that, if anything happened to Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, he'd be the next man up in 2 wide receiver sets, but he'll be in there in 3 wide receiver sets. And New England Patriots say they're looking for all 3 downs. Like, I'm sure you guys heard that. by now, hopefully. Looking for all 3 downs for Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. That's a bold-faced lie. I don't believe that as far as I can throw it. At the end of the day, we know Damian Harris don't play no damn 3 downs. He don't play 3 downs. So Belichick can go take that lie to somewhere else. But I understand why he said it. You know, you got to make things look good and make it don't seem like you're just trying to hand it over totally to Stevenson. Gus Edwards won't start. He's on the pup. And I'm very leery of that situation with the Baltimore running backs. I'll talk about it more on the 21 through 30 running back situation. And it's also with the San Francisco situation. I'll speak on that in the next video for the running backs. Detroit put rookie wide receiver Jameson Williams on the NFL list, reserve NFL list, as to be expected. They knew that when they drafted him. And Rams also going to keep an eye on Stafford's arm all year. Stafford and Burrow have these little arm issues. It's like we all have heard the old adage, and I don't like really living by everybody's adage, but don't look for injuries because they'll look for you. They'll find you. So I'm kind of worried about that. Again, Breece Hall's not with the ones. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't been showing nothing in preseason. But I believe, not to say I'm hoping for it, but as soon as Michael Carter gets hurt, and then he has a strong game, it's a wrap. Is going to be his for the rest of the time. But come the season, though, he won't be starting, which is eerily similar to Jonathan Taylor's. So he wasn't doing nothing, sharing workload and everything before he finally got his time. That's pretty much it. Let me make sure I ain't missing anything. All right. And actually, Pete Carroll said Rashad Penny has COVID. What's up, everybody sticking COVID, man? That was last year. That was last year's news or early. I thought we should be past that, right? But he has COVID, so it's a little light case of COVID. So, but he's definitely should be ready for week 1 very soon. Drake London's not practicing. He hurt his knee, but he's definitely should be ready for week 1. They're just being precautious with him. Again, I believe I mentioned about Antonio Gibson being the kick returner. The coach actually is granting his wish. He always wanted to be kick returner. So Brian Robinson's probably going to be starting. J.D. McKissick. It's just a mess. I wouldn't touch it. I think I was talking to one of my guys, one of you guys in the comments about it. And I'm an Antonio Gibson truther, as he's nothing but a low-end running back one in both years, but man, you just got to let it go. It's too much, it's where there's smoke, there's fire type thing. They say Michael Gallup's doing well, so he'll avoid the pup. And Brady and the rest of the starters are supposed to play in a preseason game. So we'll see what happens. You heard about Dallas's offensive lineman got hurt, and he's out for the year. I forget his name, but nevertheless, it's just another reason not to pick. And that was before I gave Zeke the red. He need 2 reds now, okay? So, yeah, it's going to be problematic over there. That's about it, guys. Flawless Fantasy Football. Stay tuned. Have your alerts on, man. We'll be dropping y'all some content. Get it to the wide receivers. I'm ready to mess around receivers. Got one more video for running backs. And we're jumping into the wide receivers. You guys are going to love that. Flawless Fantasy Football. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla at your boy!